reacting to 5 football transfers that have taken place over the last few days or whatever. Yeah, we're gonna go straight into it. Number 1, Jamie Bino Gittins, which has been announced today. As I'm recording this video, it's been announced about half an hour ago. Half an hour. I think it's going to be a good sign for us. I know, obviously, I think there's quite... For Chelsea, because we signed so many players. We're known for signing so many players in the transfer window. We've signed 30 teenagers. We've not exactly done that this summer. We've signed more proven players, you know, with João Pedro and Delap, 2 players who have a knack of scoring in the Premier League. You know, but we've signed this. There's such a contrast between some of the signings we make, because, you know, we'll sign a player like, if we're looking to sign, if we sign a player, like João Pedro, but or sometimes we'll just sign someone, you know, a teenager from Argentina or wherever, and there's such a different contrast. You know, in terms of what they're going to bring to the team. You know, are they going to get first team action? You know, are they going to perform well? There's such a contrast between them in terms of the expectations and the hopes for, you know, these players coming in. But I think Bino Gittins will be a great transfer. Obviously, Tottenham, I think, pretty sure have been looking at him. Newcastle as well, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I think he's a good player, and I think he'll add something to this team on the wing. You know, I think Sancho going back to United, which they can't seem to deal with. But yeah, Jamie Bino Gittins for 49 million. It's a good deal. Number 2, a younger player, Diego Leon, has signed for Manchester United. Left back, who I think is a good player for them. Is their second signing this summer, United. So I think that, yeah, I think he'd be a good player for them. Paraguayan, still really young, still got a very long career ahead of him, you'd think. You know, I think Manchester United, they need a left-footed wing-back. Obviously, I know they've got Dorgu, they've got Luke Shaw, but they've also got another player now. You know, Luke Shaw's quite injury-prone. Dorgu sometimes doesn't quite fit the system. You know, I think, Dorgu fits the system, sorry, but, you know, sometimes if United need to play a different system in a game, because wherever the system's not working, they need to change the system up. You know, they've got a more pure left-back now, as opposed to a left wing-back with Dorgu, and I think Luke Shaw's the most versatile out of all of them, but I think the new one, Diego Leon, he's the one that can play, you know, he's the one that's like a pure left back, whereas Dorgu's more of a left wing back. But Shaw can do both. But I think Leon, yeah, it's a good transfer for United as well. That's really good for them. Number 3, Nottingham Forest sign Igor Jesus. Is this a good signing for them? I think I think, you know, Forest, there's obviously it's only £1 million. I think he's a young player. You know, he could do well for them. Apparently he could be the next Drogba. Good player. Obviously, I know Forest have got already 2 good strikers, you know, a Chris Wood and a Wonyi. Sosa's can play there as well. Jota Silva can play there sometimes. So I think it will be a difficult one for them in terms of, you know, I think that there's, it'll be a good addition to the team. I think Forest, they need to try and go for it, you know. Forest will try and get Champions League football again next year, I think, and I think to balance that with, you know, in the Conference League, or if they're in the Europa League and cup competitions as well, really good to balance that. So you got 3 strikers, you know, so that could work well for them. But yeah, Igor Jesus, number 3. Number 4, the last 2 are a bit weird. Number 4. Kyle Walker signing for Burnley. This one, I mean, this one is quite a weird one. Yeah, obviously, on a permanent deal, I think Walker's career, is done pretty much. I think his best days are done, and I think this is his last 2 seasons of his career when he's going to experiment, try something else, you know, try and keep Burnley in the Premier League. Because I know he's from I'm not sure where exactly he's from, but I know he's from up there somewhere. I think near Burnley, I'm pretty sure. Quite a few of the Man City players are. But, yeah, I think he's a good player, obviously. Just proved it for years at Man City. I think, he had to get away from the Premier League and from Man City because he was having a shocker in the first part of the season when Manchester City couldn't win a game to save their life. But Kyle Walker, obviously, I think apparently also for his marriage, apparently to improve his marriage. When it comes to which marriage, I'm not sure because he's got about 7. But I'm joking. But yeah, will it be good for Kyle Walker? I guess let me know. And on to number 5. Number 5, it's one of the best things that's ever happened. The best days of every year. It happens most years where Chelsea feel like have a player who's absolutely useless for them, and we sell them to Arsenal. And we've done it again. For some reason, I don't know why on God's green earth, Arsenal have signed Kepa Arrizabalaga for 5 million. It don't make sense, okay? As a backup goalkeeper, probably, honestly, I think he had a decent season at Bournemouth, but it's so funny, man. He goes to, I swear, they sign our players every year. They signed David Luiz in the 1920 season, then 2020 to 21, they signed, who they signed in 2021? They signed someone else as well, Willian. Then the season after that, they signed, don't think they signed anyone that season. Then the 22 to 23, they signed Jorginho. Then the season after that, they signed Havertz. Last season, they signed they got Sterling, and then now they've signed Kepa. Why? I don't get why Arsenal fans. It's so funny to see Arsenal fans saying, "Oh yeah, it's just because of injuries and stuff." You're signing Kepa. You've got to go for better than that. If you genuinely have aspirations for winning the league, you don't sign Kepa as a backup goalkeeper. If you look at Liverpool, Alisson, the backup goalkeeper, Kelleher. Well, he's gone to Brentford, obviously, but Kelleher before. Now it's Mamardashvili. If you look at Man City, Ederson, but then they've got Ortega as well. You've got to have the best backup goalkeepers. Obviously, Chelsea, that's the hard lesson. We needed probably another goalkeeper. I mean, Sanchez is coming good, but we don't have a backup goalkeeper, and Sanchez can be a bit shaky at times. Jorgensen, we tried that. It's not great. You ain't great. I know a lot of Chelsea fans, including myself, said we'll be fine. We don't need a keeper. Jorgensen will be good, seeing his Conference League performances. I mean, how wrong were we? Gee, he is even worse than Robert Sanchez, probably. But, yeah, it's a weird one with Arsenal signing Kepa Arrizabalaga for 5 mil. I'm happy he's gone. He shouldn't have... probably one of the biggest wastes of money ever. He had one good season, kind of, and in that season where he was all right, it was the same season that he disrespected the manager in the cup final. So yeah, I think we had to get rid of him, and to Arsenal makes it even better. Also, Chelsea through to the next round of the Club World Cup. Really good performance. I think it was quite a close game, but I think we just about deserved it. We just grinded it out in the end, and we managed to get the result. Some good performances in there. João Pedro came on, made an impact at the end of the game. Palmer finally back on the score sheet. That was a great finish, and I think you could tell from the start of the game, Palmer just looked on it. Just looked on it, everything. It was, he always is most of the time on it, but he was on it. When it's Cole Palmer, you could tell it's Cole Palmer when he's at his most confident. That was a great finish. Because I think if it's the Palmer we've been seeing the last few weeks, you'd think in that position when he was about to shoot, he would probably just completely slice it, and it goes miles wide, high and wide. He slips or something. But yeah, really good goal from him. So Esteban Willian, fair play. That goal was unbelievable, and the goalkeeper being beaten at his near post from that angle, when it being unstoppable, that's probably the only goal that you could be scored from there in them circumstances. and be considered unstoppable, because like the way that he's smashed it off the bar and it's hit the back post and it's gone its roof of the net. Brilliant finish, Mr. Valverde. That's why we've signed him, isn't it? And then obviously Gusto scoring at the end, his first Chelsea goal, well, via a massive deflection, which the goalkeeper probably should have saved. But we got the job done, and that's really all that matters. And now we play Fluminense in the semi-finals, and then in the other two quarter-finals, PSG v Bayern Munich, Real Madrid v Dortmund. My predictions, I'm going to give my predictions now. PSG, Bayern Munich, that's going to be a tough game. It's about to kick off, I think, as I'm recording this video. I think there's about 30 minutes to kick off. Something like that. I think probably less. But, I think it'll be a close game. But I think Bayern Munich, I think PSG have a stronger team, but I think, Bayern Munich, they've got a strong force as well. It's two teams with a strong force who want to play attacking football, go at each other. We didn't see that in Champions League final with Inter. I think it would have been different if PSG played Barcelona, because it would be end-to-end attacking football, two really brilliant midfields. But PSG midfield, they just completely overhauled the Inter midfield, whereas Barcelona, you got Pedri in there, Olmo. Olmo's not there, is he? But yeah, you've got Pedri in there. You've got to deal with Yamal, Rafinha, Lewandowski. You've got to deal with a really strong core team that will cause problems. And I think that PSG, they didn't have to go through that. They controlled the midfield against a team that wanted to sit back. But I think that Bayern Munich will be strong as well. They've got a strong midfield. Kimmich, Goretzka's been good this tournament. Kimmich in there, obviously. Musiala, Lima. And then obviously you got the big boys up front, Kane, Sane. So it'll be a really, really good game. I'm looking forward to it. But I genuinely think that I think Bayern Munich win it 3-2. I reckon it'll be 2-2, and I think it'll go extra time, and I think Bayern Munich win it. Or no, they'll get a last-minute winner in the 90 minutes. It'll either go to extra time, or Bayern get a last-minute winner in the 90 minutes. But that's my prediction. And then Real Madrid, Dortmund. I'm going to say 2-0 Dortmund. I think they're going to do it. I think Real Madrid, as good as they've looked in this tournament, they've looked a little bit shaky at times. It's been stop-start, 6-2 win, but then a 1-1 draw where they looked quite poor against a good Al Hilal team. But where they looked quite poor in that game, then they limped past Juventus. But yeah, it'll be a really good game, and I'm really looking forward to it. Can Chelsea win the Club Cup? I think we can. I think we're a bit of an underdog in this thing, but we're one of the favourites, but we're not favourites, But I think we can go on and win it. We've got quite an easy side of the draw. So in the final we might play PSG, we could play Bayern, we could play Real Madrid, we could play Dortmund. Obviously it might not be us in the final. Fluminense, they could beat us. But yeah, it'll be an interesting game. I think PSG Bayern will be an interesting game. Then obviously the Women's Euros, England versus France. Yeah, some big games. But yeah, I think that's about it, guys, for today. Make sure you click the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And yeah, see you guys very soon. Bye.